right. Hello, everyone. I am so excited for today's interview. I'm joined by Denni Silva of Denni Silva Skin Specialist located in Temecula, California. Welcome, Denni. Thanks for being here today.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited.
Yay, me too. So tell our viewers, you have a really interesting story in how you became an esthetician.
Yes, I do.
And it wasn't necessarily that you were just always in skincare, right?
No.
As often entrepreneurship has these opportunities that present themselves. So tell us in a nutshell a little bit about your journey to where you are today.
So I actually started my career as a firefighter. I worked for the U.S. Forest Service I did that for almost 9 years.
Yeah.
And then I got injured on the job and I had to retire. So then I just thought like, oh my gosh, what next? This was supposed to be
You're it.
Yes.
Your career forever for 30 years.
So naturally, I guess I just went into nursing school. Most firefighters marry nurses, so I just became a nurse.
Yeah.
And then did that for about 12 years. Most of my career was spent as a pediatric mental health.
Okay.
And I was just getting very burnt out. And I did a very short kind of like cover assignment at a med spa in Palm Desert. And I just thought, oh my gosh, this is my life.
It's so serene and calm here.
And then the opportunity kind of presented itself for me to be able to go back to school.
Yeah.
And I was going to go back and get my RN license, but because I just have my LVN.
Yeah.
And the timing, it was just like I still needed all my prereqs and I still needed to get all of my general ed because I didn't have any of that because I just went to a vocational school. So then the timeline was just like, oh my gosh, this is going to take me forever.
Yeah.
And but I knew that I wanted to get into dermatology care because it's just always been something I'm interested in.
Yeah.
And
Interesting. Yeah.
and so then I had a cousin and a friend that were going to esthetician school. And so they said, come with us. And I said, okay.
Yeah, sure, why not? Opportunity, here it is. Yeah.
And so I just kind of hit the ground running as soon as I started school. I started just educating myself on everything skincare, and I graduated school, opened my business, and
Here you are.
here I am sitting with you talking about
Yes.
it.
And now for everybody to know, because you might not share this yourself, so I'll have to give you a little props here. There was an award. We have an award-winning esthetician here with us
Yes,
today.
yes.
So congratulations on that.
Thank you so much.
And that's huge because you've been in business how
A
many?
year,
Yeah,
a
just
year next month.
And what was the award?
So it's a international competition called the Skin Games, and there's different categories that you can submit in, and there's like acne category, compromised skin, aging skin, and the category that I entered in was new esthetician. You have to be licensed for 2 years or less, and then you have to do an 8-week case study. So I did aging skin, because I treated my mom.
Nice.
And so I had to do an 8-week treatment plan for her. And I had to submit every week a video just talking about my treatment plan, what I did, what I used, and why I did it. And then I also had to do a written case study on it. So I had to write out all of my 8 weeks of treatments and then do before and after photos.
Yeah.
So I submitted all of that, and then I got chosen as a top 10 finalist for my category.
So cool. Okay, so what did you do when you got that notification?
Freaked out a little bit.
Yeah. Like, oh, this is happening.
Because then I had to fly to Georgia. And it was all very last minute planning because I didn't know if I was going to get picked or not. So then I got picked, and I had to buy a ticket, a hotel room, and
And here we're doing this.
plan
Here we
a
go.
trip to go to the other side of the country.
Yeah. Why not?
So once we got to Georgia, then I had to sit in front of an interview panel of 5 other professional estheticians who have been in the business for 20 plus years and got asked a randomized set of questions about my treatment plan, what I used and why I did it, the science behind everything.
Was that totally nerve-wracking?
It was so nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
My biggest fear was just sitting in front of these, professionals and just sounding like an idiot.
But how, what an honor, right?
Yes.
That you were selected by your peers.
Yes.
Whether they've been in business and doing this longer than you or not, you had all of the evidence there and presented the facts, and the results and probably your energy, just I'm feeling it now, and your passion for what you do.
Yes.
That, there's nothing like being acknowledged by your peers and people in the business community as well as in the skincare
And
industry.
I mean, and as for any, industry, new or old, you always have self-doubts about whether you're doing something right or headed in the right direction. And it was just a great validation knowing that I didn't make the wrong decision with my career change. And I do feel this is where I'm supposed to be in life.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. That's so fun. So tell me, Denni, when you started your business, what were your goals when you started?
Just to gain clientele right now. I don't know. My short-term goals is just to gain clientele, be consistent. My long-term goals is that I want to just open up my own compromised skin company. I want to work with people that have sensitized, compromised skin, that maybe rosacea suffers, psoriasis, eczema, acne. I'm not really, the nurse in me still just wants to be very, medical and helpful. And I just want to help people feel confident and inside and out. It's important.
Absolutely. And how rewarding as well, where it's like you get to do something that you obviously love, while also helping people feel better about themselves.
Thank you.
You mentioned something earlier that you are not alone. And, I hear so often from entrepreneurs in having these like self-doubts about whether, getting into a new business or a new industry or throughout the business journey, like, who am I to X?
Yes.
So how do you continue to move past those self-doubts when they come up?
Just continuing to educate myself, just knowing that if I'm taking this class, if I'm studying, this other person in the industry that's successful, that I'm just keeping myself, in tune to the industry and where I need to go and what I need to do. And just knowing that just because I changed from nursing to the beauty industry, to me, it still feels the same. I'm still treating a condition on a person. The skin is an organ. It's our largest organ on the body, and it needs to be cared for just as importantly. So I just have to remind myself that I am here to do the same goals that I did back when, as a firefighter, I just want to be here to help people and make people feel safe and secure with themselves.
Well, now having your own business, you get to decide, right? Like who you get to work with and who you get to help and choosing your clients, and they choose you, but choosing your clients and continuing to grow that. So what I hear is that you have goals of having, you mentioned that you want to grow the business so that you are essentially the specialist in this particular area. So what sets you apart, would you say, from other estheticians, whether locally or otherwise? Is it in this particular area or your service, or what would you say?
I think just my passion for, helping people and understanding their needs and listening to them.
Not just going through the motions of the skincare regimen or the facial regimen, whatever that may be.
Yes. And I don't know. That's a tough question. There's so many different things that sets everybody apart from each other. So it's hard to say that I'm better at this than someone else in my industry. I think we all bring something to the table. And I just hope that when clients come and see me, that they can connect with me and that they can understand that I'm here for them and not for myself.
I love that. One of the other things I wanted to ask is, you being newer in this business, what would you say, or what advice do you have for someone who's starting a new business?
Just that I know it's exciting, and I know that you just want to jump ahead and get started right away. And I think where I made the mistake was not hitting pause and really evaluating what I need to open my business. I just got so excited and I started like buying this and buying that.
I mean, it's very exciting. You're like, I'm doing this.
And I got
full
very
force.
overwhelmed very easily.
Yeah.
And just maybe doing just more research about what it is that you want and what it is that you need and how it is that you're going to obtain it. And
having more of a plan.
yes, more of a plan. Yes, I kind of just went in all willy-nilly and it's like, I have my space and now what?
Like, green light, go. Yes. So having a plan. So
yes.
What do you do different? Do you do anything differently now as it relates to planning or intentionality for the business?
A little bit now. Well, I'm definitely more focused now. Like I know the niche that I want, so I'm more focused in that area. So now I know like what products that I need to invest in to treat those skin conditions and what education I need and the clientele that I'm trying to obtain.
Great. So one of my questions I always like to ask is what's next, right? But you kind of already answered that. But is there anything that we haven't touched on as far as what's next or where you see this business going?
No, I don't think so. I'm just hoping to just have a lot of years of success and definitely learning how to be a business owner. I think that's where I need to really focus my attention on next. Now that I have my niche and now that I have more understanding of just skincare products and ingredients and how they work in the body. And my next is just how to learn how to run the business.
Yes, yeah. So it's the technician, right?
Yes.
You come in as the technician and doing the work.
Yes.
And now you can look at, okay, where do we take this from here? So good for you. I'm excited to be on this journey with you.
Yes,
and
thank you so
witness
much.
it. So how can people get in touch with you if they want to use you for their biggest and best organ?
I have an Instagram. It's a DS_skin specialist. And then I also have a Facebook. And then I have my booking app, which is DS Skin Specialist at glossgenius.com.
Well, thank you again, Denni, for being here. And
thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. And thank you so much for sharing, your journey so far and some tips for people who are either starting business or looking to start business, as well as some areas that, even business owners who've been in business for 20 years, they may come across. So I appreciate your insights.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining. And feel free to type in the comments anything that resonated with you. And we'll see you next time.